Hello everyone. I'm really excited to show you something today. If you've been following my blog for a while, you know that I love to take photos, especially of the different craft projects that I do and of recipes and whatnot, because I love to share these things. But I have one really big problem. It's really dark in our home because all of our south light and west light is blocked by a thick bush. We also don't get much light from the east because, again, there are large trees in the front yard. So it makes it very difficult to get good pictures without having to use a flash in the house. And I find that that really washes the pictures out, and I'm not really happy with them. So I recently heard about a new product called the Shotbox, and I was really excited to try this out. The Shotbox is a portable, collapsible light box to use at home. It simulates a great lighting environment that's used by professional photographers, but it can be moved easily around your home without having to set up multiple light stands and backdrops, and it really saves a lot of room. So I've been trying this out for the past few weeks, and I have to say that I'm really happy with it. And I think this is going to encourage me to be posting more photos on my blog, because I can also now take these photos in the evening when my children are sleeping or busy with something else, instead of trying to find time during the day to do it when I'm really too busy to be taking and staging photos. Setting up the Shotbox is really quick and easy. All you need to do is lift the Shotbox up, and it has this back panel that folds down and sits in the back. Now, if you're not going to be taking shots from the top of the box, you don't have to set up the extra side supports that are here, but you can see it's a little wobbly. That's why on each side there's a support stand that you bring up through the guide, and you just snap into place on both sides. You can see that this is much more stable now. To collapse it, you just do the same thing in reverse. You unhook the stands and fold them down into their guides, and then you lift the back panel forward and hold the top and gently lower it down. You don't want to just do it really quickly because you don't want to accidentally pinch your fingers. The Shotbox comes with this insert. It's black on one side and white on the other. This is mostly for taking vertical photos. It slides into the bottom and has a cutout for the handle so that you can leave this in all the time so you don't lose it. The knob up here turns the light on and also acts as a dimmer. The switch on this side changes the light from coming from the left, centered, or right, so that you can help control which way your shadows go. The Shotbox also makes a set of 4 backdrops that hook into the back of the Shotbox really easily. They currently only come in white, green, blue, and black. These are ideal for taking front shots because you don't want the plastic at the back of the Shotbox to show up. I have heard that they are working on making more colors available, and I really hope that they do, and I hope that they get into making different patterns as well. These are really quick and easy to hook on. I'm not sure what type of material this is, but it feels like a faux leather. This end is connected to a dowel, a plastic dowel, and has 2 sections cut out of it. And what this does is, in the back of the Shotbox, there's 2 hooks. So you just simply bring it back and hook it onto that. To set up your backdrops, you just simply take this to the back and just hook it over the little hooks back here, and then take this and bring it back like that, and it sits nicely in the front, and it gives you a nice curved edge so that you don't get harsh shadows in the corner when you're taking your photos. On the back of the Shotbox you have 3 ports. You have an AC power port, you've got a USB port. This is to plug into your smartphone or your tablet to keep it charged while you're taking photos. And then you have another power port. This one is to use with the cable that powers the other accessory called the side shot arm, because it has light that it can put in through the front to help light up your front facing photos, and I'll show you that in a moment. This is the top of the Shotbox, and as you can see there's 5 openings, and these are there so that you can set your smartphone, your camera or your tablet on top of here and then take a photo straight down. You can see when you turn the light on that it gets nice and bright. I can fit my camera easily over here, and it's perfect for a cell phone because it just sits flat on there and you can move it around to get the right lineup that you want. This is called the side shot, and what it is an arm. It folds out like this and it connects to the openings up on the top of your Shotbox, and then it hangs in the front. You can adjust the height by loosening this knob and moving the paddle up and down the slider, and it also, the angle tilts, so you can adjust that. On this side it also has 2 high-powered LED lights so that it puts a lot of light on the front of what you're taking, so that you don't have those shadows and the glare and the darkness that happens often when you're shooting in the house. So you just hook it up onto whichever one you want up here, and then it comes with this tether that's a USB, and then it's got the little power cord on the other side. Plug the power cord into the back and then bring it forward. Plugs into the top of the side shot. When you turn it on, you can see that not only the light comes from inside, but it's also giving me light from the front panel. Okay, you can see that I've got the Shotbox set up right now, and I've got the side shot arm attached to the front. I apologize if it's a little dark right now because the Shotbox puts out so much light it's difficult for my camera to focus on the areas around the box right now. But what I wanted to show you was how nicely the side shot arm holds my cell phone, and you can see that it's got a really nice picture of this little Christmas village house. One thing I want to mention, that with the lights and the dimmer switch, I've noticed that if I turn the dimmer down, the lights, you get this flickering that you can see on the backdrop. I'll show you what it is if it picks up on the camera. I can't see it on my camera that I'm filming with right now, but it is showing up on my cell phone. Let's see if I can show you that. You can see the wavy lines. If I take that picture right now with my cell phone, those lines show up in the picture. Now what I found out from reading on their website is that that happens when your camera doesn't adjust fast enough. So my particular camera on my phone isn't the highest quality, although it's pretty good. But my point and shoot Canon camera can take pictures much better quality. Because of that, I can dim the light if I want to, and I don't get those lines on that. I have heard that if you have a DSL camera that it's not an issue at all. But if you're only doing a shooting with cell phone and you can't get your camera lens to adjust fast enough, then you might want to do all your shooting with the light on the highest setting. I find that's what I use most of the time anyway. This side shot arm is adjustable. You can fold these little arms down, and then there's these 2 little paddles on the top that can come out. That is so that if you are taking pictures with a tablet, it gives you extra support, so you don't want your tablet to fall down. I've been using this with my cell phone because my tablet doesn't have a camera on it, not a rear-facing one, and with my regular digital camera, and I'm just absolutely loving it. For the first time ever, I can get really nice professional quality photos in the house. Like, as you can see, it's very dark right now. We've been getting a snowstorm for the past couple of days. I have all the lights on in the kitchen, but you can still see that it's, you know, it's pretty dark. For a house with a lot of windows, you know, it's not a lot of light. So right now, if I was to take a picture, it would come out quite dark, and I would need a lot of editing to try to salvage it. But now I'm free to not only take my pictures during the day, but at any time at night, whenever I have free time. One thing I've been busy doing over these past few weeks is taking photos of a lot of our heirloom Christmas ornaments. Some of these may not be expensive, but they were bought by my children and are very special to us. So like this little angel, if she was dropped, her face and hands are made out of porcelain, and she probably wouldn't survive a good fall. But by taking a picture of her, we can always remember when our daughter bought her for her birthday one year. I've been taking pictures of special ornaments that were gifts from my children's great aunts and uncle, from dear friends. I've been using it to take pictures of other family heirlooms, like my great-grandfather's pocket watch. Things that I hope to pass down to one of my children someday, but maybe they would all like to have a photo of it in the remembrance album. The Shotbox is great for taking photos of family history documents. This was actually one of the reasons it was originally created. If you're a scrapbooker, then you know that sometimes preserving these scrapbooks and sharing them with others can be a real challenge, especially if you've used the larger 12-inch wide paper, or if you've added three-dimensional objects as decorations on your scrapbook pages. Those larger pages can't be scanned, at least not in one piece, and then trying to scan them separately and then splice them or stitch them together using software is a really time-consuming and difficult task. And then if you've added decorations, whether they be ribbons or buttons or anything interesting to your pages, it's almost next to impossible to scan them and have it look nice. But the Shotbox was designed so that you can place that scrapbook page on the bottom of this unit and then take a vertical photo from the top, and it comes out really well. I have to say I've been really impressed when I've been trying it out on some of our old photo albums. If you're doing a full scrapbook page, then you can just take the picture and you can crop any of the extra white background from around it off, and you've got a great image that you can turn into a digital scrapbook or have prints made out of. Another idea is if you have older photo albums, the ones that used to use that magnetic stick-on stuff, or if you have those really old paper ones where people have glued the photos into the album, sometimes taking the photos out causes more damage than it's worth. And the pages are large and often difficult to scan. But you can lay these sheets in the bottom of this and take a vertical shot, and then not only do you have the whole page together, so you have a reference as to how the album was put together and which pictures were next to each, but then you can then crop the smaller pictures out of those and have reprints made and share them easily. And this is without causing damage or tearing them, wrinkling them up, trying to get them off of those magnetic pages or get the glue off, because I have damaged photos trying to do that before. So now I don't do that. If they can't easily be removed from an album, I just don't. I like to make a copy of it, and then I'll have copies reprinted from that. I also love this because it is so easy to take photos of things like, baby booties. Maybe you have a pair that belong to your grandparents or to your own children, and these are special memories that you want to keep, but they're really hard to preserve, and if they end up stuck in a box somewhere, then you don't see them very often. But you can photograph these and add them to your albums easily. Another great way to use the Shotbox is for taking photos of actual documents and not just of scrapbook photos. If you have books, old records, and by records I mean like birth certificates, land deeds, all kinds of different things that we collect as family historians that you want to preserve, but they're oversized so they don't fit in a scanner, or you have a lot of them, this is also a great way to really quickly save those. You can set your cell phone or your camera up on top of this, and you can just put your sheet in there, hit one button, take a picture, take the page out, put the next page in, press your phone button again, And it's so much faster than actually using a scanner. Because with a scanner, you have to take the page and lay it down and close the lid, go back to your computer and get it to scan, and wait while it does that, and then open it up and switch it and turn the pages. And it just takes a lot more time. So if you're trying to work through a lot of material quickly, this will help more. At least for me, that it does. Another thing I like with this is if you're wanting to scan old journals or books that have a delicate spine, I found that this is a really easy way to do that. You can just lay the book open in there and then take pictures of the pages from above. And instead of having it open on a scanner upside down with the top pressing on it, again, it's not damaging the spine by pushing down that way. And it's faster because I can just reach in and I can just turn the pages and just keep snapping the pictures as I go. So I can work through a book a lot faster that way than if I was scanning it in a flatbed scanner. And because of the lighting, I find that it comes out much better than if I try to simply use a scanner app on my phone to capture the pages. So I really love using my new Shotbox, and this is something that is set up and we are using it often, and even the kids are using it. We use it to grab pictures of their artwork and all kinds of different things throughout the day. Things that we want to save but could easily get damaged, or just to avoid a huge paper pile-ups in the house.